Well, it's about 5:30 on Friday, May 3rd, 2024. This is Gami and Yami. They were eating grass, and they've been out here since this morning. About noon is when we fed them last, and so we come back here 5 hours later. We fed them before, like at 10 or 11, and then at noon, and they didn't eat hardly anything in the milk. They look perfectly fine. It looks like they're starting to munch on grass and things. Even Gami, or Yami. Gami? Yami. Gami's a male, Yami's a female. So she's about 3 weeks old now. He's probably about a month old, I think. I don't know. I have to go check and figure out when they were born and everything. In other news, you probably can't see, but down there the bulls were together. I decided not to sell the white bull. There's supposed to be some rain tonight and tomorrow morning, which means driving on the pasture with a full-size truck and a trailer is probably a bad idea. So I decided to delay selling the bull and provide companionship for this bull until I turn him on the cows. Once I do that, then I'll sell him. And then when the 2 months are up, to make as many calves as he can, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the bull calves and the steer, and they're going to be weaned at the same time he's taken off the cows. So they'll be friends together, hopefully. So I put out a bowl of sweet feed to attract the sheep because I needed to treat one of the St. Croix ewes for foot scald. She was limping. You can see her foot's in the air right now. That is U2's lamb from earlier this year. I want to say early February. So she's about 3 months old. Might have been January too. Yeah, she's got foot wrap on her foot, so she doesn't like walking on it. I put that foot cure in. I sprayed it with copper sulfate first and then put the foot cure on, so I don't know if that's going to be too much or not, but yeah, she was limping, so I finally got her. I tried to catch her this morning, I couldn't. And took a look, and it's very mild. It's just a little bit like pink and a little bit wet, and there's a little bit of an infection going on there. So I got it before it got very bad, so hopefully she'll cure right up. But none of the other St. Croix have foot problems like that. Her mom is the one that I caught this morning and did the foot trim on. So she's like, I don't like you. No, wait, that is actually ewe number 1. Ewe number 2 is where? That's not her. That's ewe 3. Where's ewe 2? Haha, ewe 2. Where did she go? She doesn't like me right now because I pinned her up. I captured her and did all sorts of stuff with her this morning. So, hey, how you doing? You got beautiful lambs there. Beautiful lambs. You have to shed. It's going to get hotter. You got to take that coat off. It's not going to get any cooler. Well, actually it is. Right now it's about 82 degrees. Tonight we're going to get some rain. Tomorrow's going to be in the 70s. Saturday and Sunday we expect rain. Tomorrow and Sunday. Maybe some rain through the beginning of the week. But then next week it's going to get up to the 80s again. So we're looking at a whole week of 70s. It's going to be nice. So, how are you doing, lady? With the brown-headed dorper there. Number 44. Beautiful lambs. Beautiful lambs. This little lady too. Are you getting ready to give me some more lambs? I can't wait to see what you give me. Yeah, she's walking funny, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe she's got like foot rot and foot scald. But then I'm thinking, no, it's not that she's like staying off her feet. It's just like she's walking funny. I imagine she's in the last moments before giving birth. You know, back in her back, she's all puffy. Her bags are more full. You know, so I expect this one to give me some lamb soon. Hopefully I'll have good news soon. There's Gami and Yami again. Yami has the black right leg. She has like a little white on her back, the forehead, back of the head there. And Gami has almost like a skunk on the back of his forehead. Beautiful lambs. 141. She's almost shed. You shed a while ago. You're a good one. You're a keeper. You're U11. And you are huge. You're about ready to pop. Let me look around at your rear end. Let me see how you're doing. I don't see much in the way of milk bags on you. I hope you're not bloated. That would be bad. Let me see how you're feeling. Oh, yeah, you don't like to be touched. So she's healthy. That one, her back left leg, a little bit tender. Yeah, if I could catch her, I'd look at that and I'd probably see a little bit of foot scald or foot rot or something. So I'd spray her down. Try the foot cure. Yeah. This is the one that I put the pine tar on. It's starting to rub off. I wonder if she's licking at it. But I don't see any flies on her at all. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Hey, where's Lady?
Didn't you already say hi to her?
I thought I did, but that wasn't her. Oh, this is her right here. This is her. She doesn't like me right now. She's like, I am not your friend. You trapped me and you started cutting all my toenails off. She's walking fine though, no limping at all. So hopefully her hoof will grow back normally. We had a foot wall separation, hoof wall on the front two paws, the front two hooves. So what I did is I just cut the hoof back so there's no more separation. There was another hoof growing underneath, so I think, and I checked it, I used my knife on it. It was hard stuff, so it wasn't just flesh, but it was actual hoof wall. So I think she was in the process of losing that outer hoof wall. There's Rami. Rami has a purple tag. How you doing, Rami? I'm thinking of moving you to be with the other rams. What do you think of that? You can be 3 buddies. So, yeah, not much else going on. Just the sheep trying to stay cool in the heat here. It'll be cool next week. We're gonna get some more rain tonight though. But my ground is pretty dry, you know. This guy has long hooves on the back left. And they seem to be walking normally. Is that guy really neutered? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't plan on pushing the ewes to give birth 3 times in 2 years. I plan on giving them just 1 crop a year. If I get the numbers I want, I should be making plenty of money just from 1 crop a year, and there's no reason to push them. And I was reading, just to make this video longer, this is actually interesting. So I was reading about the eye test that I was doing, and I wasn't quite doing it the right way. And I need to get trained in order to get the card that tells you the colors of what the eye is supposed to look like. And it's called the FAMACHA or something like that test. Anyway, I was reading about parasite control on this website, the U.S., sheep and goat or something like that. Parasite Control Association. So it's a group of farmers that are trying to control the parasite population. And their big mission is that they know that there's not medications, or there soon will be no medications available to treat parasites in sheep and goats. And so they need to find strategies to control the parasite population, or at least to make those drugs as useful as possible. One of the problems is if you treat your whole flock with the antiparasitic, then the only parasites that survive are ones that are resistant to that drug. The only effective way to treat with the drug is to spot treat. You take the worst ones, you treat them, and so that reduces the population in the worst animals, and should reduce the amount of transmission to the other animals. And the ones that are resistant to the strain won't compete with. That lamb is eating the ear of her mama. What are you doing? Hey, that's not for eating. Anyway, the point is that you're supposed to be able to identify the ones with the worst parasites. But the point I was getting at is even that system doesn't seem to be extremely effective Climbing a mountain, huh? The most effective system that people have discovered so far is just rotationally grazing the animals, not leaving them on a piece of ground for more than 4 days. And so that's my plan, is just to keep rotating the sheep. And I was even thinking of doing daily moves. If I did daily moves, so I moved them like down the row, the problem is going to be the water, because I can't move the water with them. I probably could just get a bucket and fill it with water, you know, so they can get to it. But the issue is that the sheep, they need to keep moving. And I think one of the reasons why I'm having problems with foot scald and hoof rot is, number one, a lot of the animals still have it. It hasn't been treated properly to get rid of it 100%. And number two is there's a transmission going on. So even rotations isn't probably enough for these animals. So if I move them daily, I think I might get a better result. But, you know, I do think they're doing better overall. Like, there's only a few sheep that have a slight limp, you know, and it's really contingent on me being able to catch the sheep and treat them. If I can catch them and treat them, even the copper sulfate, just spraying them with copper sulfate seems to be helping tremendously, you know. So hopefully if I get better at catching them, and, you know, maybe moving them is enough to really keep the disease in check. So anyway, both parasites and foot rot, foot scald, rotating is going to be the key thing that I'm going to rely on. And when I start to get the numbers I want, I'm going to start aggressively culling. Like I am with the cows, I need to reduce their numbers. So any excuse to get rid of a cow is cause to, you know, send them on, put wheels under them. And it's going to be the same way with the sheep, you know. At some point, I'm going to start culling aggressively, get rid of any sheep that has any problems whatsoever, you know. And then at some point, I'm going to start looking for excuses to get rid of sheep. And maybe I'll get to the point where I get rid of sheep who don't give me 2 lambs in the first year, or I get rid of sheep who don't give me lambs the same time as everyone else, but, you know, they miss the first breeding cycle, you know. Or maybe I start getting rid of sheep that don't produce lambs that are, you know, as big as I want them to be, or, you know, do as well on the grass as I want them to. But right now, I just need to get the numbers up and, you know, see where it all goes. What does this sheep have on her? Oh, it's just her face. His face. Oh, I'm sorry, I kicked you there, Gami. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.